Leaving menus.
So
Edit.
I am going to teach you how to actually teach, if you're a new teacher, not sure of a code, hey, even an experienced one, we forget every once in a while, or learn UEB math on your own. I'm using a focused braille display today. Brilliant display works well also. So let's go down and go through the tricks of how you do UEB math.
Blank.
Okay, so I'm using JAWS. The first thing we want to do is get that set up properly. I'm going to insert 6.
Word dash JAWS settings center dot.
Now hush them up. I'm going to Control Shift D to set default.
JAWS settings center dash default left parent alt.
I'm going to type in Braille and then space and then M, and then I'm going to down arrow to Braille mode.
BRAILLE Braille M. 22 search. Braille mode structured. General.
I'm going to press F6 to jump over to all of my options.
General page. Braille mode combo box structure.
Do make sure your braille display is set on structured. If you're a teacher, I highly suggest having active cursor follows braille display and braille cursor follows active cursor. Then wherever your student is at on their page, you'll actually see it on their braille display. And if you have the viewer open, it will follow it also. I'm going to Alt F to language profiles. Alt F.
Alt F language profiles dialog.
I'm going to hush them up, choose the language that you want. I'm going to Alt D to details.
Alt D language profiles dash language.
I'm going to hush them up. I'm going to quickly tell you, because I've already set this up, I'm UEB grade 2. My output is Unicode and my input is Unicode. By default, I'm using contracted Braille. And I'm going to go down to how to choose your math option, which is Alt M. You can also tab all the way down there. I'm going to Alt M.
Alt M for math. Use combo box. Unified English Braille left parent. UEB math right parent. 2 of 2. To change the
2
selection, use the arrow
of
keys. Alt plus
2.
M.
So up arrow.
Nemeth 1 of 2.
So that's what I'm going to show you when I'm actually doing Nemeth. But today,
Unified English Braille left parent. UEB math.
that's what we're using. So hit enter to set that.
Enter. Default left parent. Alt.
I'm going to hush them up. Once again, I'm just going to hit enter. So no matter where you are in any dialog box, enter is always the default to say, I'm done, I'm good to go, enter and close my box.
Enter. JAWS settings center.
I'm going to apply that with Alt A and then enter to close my dialog box.
Alt A. Enter.
Beautiful.
Document 1 dash
Okay.
word. Edit.
Okay, once again.
How to teach and learn UEB math using focus display left parent. Brilliant works well also right parent. Blank.
So I'm going to be both kind of the teacher, like I want to learn this so I can teach the student, and I'm going to be the same way. I'm going to kind of pretend, okay, I'm the student and I have no idea how to do this math. How do you do that? So you do want a good braille display because, of course, math is a whole lot easier under your fingers. You also can become a very good auditory learner. I know several adults who had sight when they were younger, so they can visualize all the math fairly easily and have learned auditorily. So, and that's a special skill. Here we go.
Basic arithmetic.
Okay, so let's start with basic arithmetic. And I'm going to down arrow again. And once again, all of this is on my braille display. And
math content 1 plus 2 equals 3.
okay, so those who have vision can automatically see the box that goes around it. You can Alt equals on that. But what you want to do is, if you don't know the math, type that out first. You're going to do Alt equals, type out 1 plus 2 equals 3. And on the Braille display, you're actually going to see the Braille on what it is. So I'm going to hit End, and then I'm going to Braille this out. This is exactly what you would do in order to teach it or learn it yourself. Okay, so let me go ahead and hit
End. Blank.
And I'm going to hit Enter.
Enter.
And now on my Braille display, I'm going to sit on my space bar. I'm going to do 3, 6. I'm going to sit on my space bar and do 3, 7, and 4, 6.
Braille math editor. Equation edit. Type in a math expression. Press insert plus F1.
Hash them up. And now I'm going to go ahead and Braille this out because I just read it above.
Dots 3 4 space. Dot 5 dots 2 space. Dots 3 4 5 dots 1 2 space. Dot 5 dots 2 space. Dots 3 dots 1 4.
And I'm also going to make mistakes along the way so I can show you how easy it is to fix them. So I put my fingers on my braille display and I immediately see number on there with actually no number. I see the number sign. So I put my finger on my braille display and I instantaneously route my cursor back there. I could left or right arrow also. Okay. So that's just a wonderful little trick. So now
Dot one.
I add my dot one there, and it actually doesn't matter if you add additional spaces in this math formula. As soon as you hit enter on it, it will auto correct because you are using the word math editor also. This is the Braille math editor, but once you hit enter, you're then starting to use the word math editor. I'm going to hit enter on that.
Document 1 dash word. Document 1. Document 1 dash word. Print edit.
And voila. So up arrow, listen.
Math content 1 plus 2 equals 3.
Okay, so let's say, oh gosh, I just don't have a great memory. I can't remember that. So here's another trick. I'm going to hit my end.
End. Blank.
I'm going to do the math problem directly in here. So now I'm going to open the Braille math editor so I can go back and forth and kind of double check my work to make sure I've done it correctly. Space 3746.
Braille math editor. Equation edit. Type in a math expression. Present.
So notice there's no math if you start out at the end of that. So you're going to hit escape.
Escape.
You're going
Document 3 equal 2.
just any place, arrow into that, then space, and 3746 in space.
Braille math editor. Equation edit. Contains text. Type in a math expression.
Okay, it's already told me it contains text. I see that on my Braille display. You will also see how the Braille has corrected in the space. So what you're going to do is you go through this, you listen to that. It's also on your Braille display. So let's say you're having a real tough time remembering what the plus is and the equal sign is. So now I'm going to go ahead and hit my
end.
And then I'm going to do a space. And I'm just going to re-braille it while I feel.
Dots 3 dot 1 space. Dot 5 dots 2 dots 3 dots 1 space. Dot 5 dots 2 space. Dots 3 dots 1 4.
So that's another really cool trick based on your memory. Now, what you're going to also probably discover is it's probably going to join those math problems. No big deal. You're going to pretend you're in learning mode. And I'm going to show you how to correct it though. Hit enter.
Enter. Document 1 dash word. Document 1. Document 1 dash.
I'm going to hush them up. I'm going to right arrow.
Plus 2 equals 3 1.
3 1. Hit a space.
Space.
Now, you probably want to put a semicolon in there or whatever, but here is even a cooler trick. Hit enter.
Enter.
And it instantaneously moves it down. So those are the really, really cool tricks. What I'm going to just go do is go down arrow now. Remember those tricks, and I'm going to re-braille all this math.
Math content 20 minus 5 equals 15.
Okay.
End. Blank.
And I'm going to hit enter. And let's do it.
Braille math editor. Dots 3 dots 1 dots 2 space. Dot 5 dots 3 space. Dots 3 dots 1 space. Dot 5 dots 2 space. Dots dot 1 dots 1 5.
Okay, and you just braille it out. Very easy. And enter.
Document 1 dash word. Document 1. Math content 1 times 8 equals 8. End. Blank. Enter.
Enter. Back to the Braille math editor.
Braille math editor. Equation edit. Type in the math. Dots 3 4 5 dot 1 space.
Okay, let's say you just cannot remember the times at all. That's no problem. I'm going to insert number 4.
Select a symbol to print dialog.
Hush them up. I'm going to hit M for multiplication sign.
M masculine M multiply symbol 51 of 93. Enter. Braille math editor. Equation edit contains text. Type in the math expression. Press insert plus F1 for more help.
Typically that inserts beautifully, but don't worry about it. I'm going to show you the trick as soon as I get out of here. Let's go ahead. Actually, I'm just going to put it in there. I'm actually going to put a bullet, I think.
Dots 3 4 5 dots 3 4 dot 4. Dot 4.
Look at that.
Dot 2. Dots 2 3 5.
Okay.
Dots 2 dot 2.
I think I'm going to put a bullet, and then I'm going to show you how to change the multiplication symbol after we hit enter.
Dot 5. Dots 2 3 5.
Oh, I hit a plus.
Dots 2 3 dots 2 5 6.
Okay, and
space.
Continue to go.
Dots 3 4 5 dots 1 space. Dot 5 dots 2 space. Dots 3 dots 1 2 5.
Okay, so let's say that's all you can remember. All you can remember is the bullet, and I'm going to show you how to change that. Hit enter.
Enter. Document 1 dash word. Document 1.
Now,
document 1 dash.
Push them up, right arrow.
Dot math content.
You hear the bullet. I'm going to have you hit the delete key, and you're going to do insert number 4.
8 math content.
Now, insert number 4.
Select a symbol to print dialog. M masculine M multiply symbol. Enter. Edit.
Now watch. Go back to your Braille math editor.
Braille Math Editor equation edit contains text. Type in the
Then learn the multiplication symbol. Listen.
dot 1,
1,
dot 5,
5.
dots 2, 3, 6.
So, and then what I would suggest is just practice that several times. 236, 236, dot 5, 236. And once you do it about 10 times, then it sinks in and you remember it. Okay, I'm going to hit escape and get out.
Escape. Document math content 8 divided by 2 equals 4.
Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and hit end.
End equation.
And I'm going to hit enter.
Enter.
And I'm going to go ahead and go into my Braille Math Editor.
Braille Math Editor. Dots 4, 5, dots 1, space, dot 5, dots 2, 3, 6, space, dots 3, dots 1, space, dot 5, dots 2, 3, 5, space, dots 3, dots 1, 4, 5.
Okay. And I read that and of course had, oh my gosh, that's so silly. So I'm going to hit my home. And I'm going to go ahead and hit my delete.
Dots 1, 2, 5.
And I'm going to put my
dots 3, 4, 5, 6.
So you can easily and very quickly on your Braille display route your cursor, move around. Always read it first before you hit enter, and then you're good to go. I'm going to hit enter. And
document 1 dash word. Document 1 dash word. Edit. Okay. Times
now,
math content.
You're going to right arrow and you go, oh, I accidentally did the times. No big deal. Hit your delete.
2 math content.
Insert number 4.
Select a symbol to print dialog. List 1, list view. D, dagger left pair. D, degrees 23 of 93.
Listen to that because you're going to need that.
D, divide symbol 20.
And enter.
Edit.
Once again, go back into your Braille Math Editor and confirm that is correct. Well, you can see it on your Braille display already, but let's go ahead and show it on the Braille Math Editor.
Braille Math Editor equation edit contains text. Type in the math express. Dots 1, 2, 5. Dot 5. Dots 3, 4.
And then you learn, oh, it's 3, 4. Got it. And then, of course, you can even hit your end, and that's what I would suggest, and just do that over and over and over. Dot 5, 3, 4. Dot 5, 3, 4. Because this is just practice. You're learning how to do this, or you're learning how to teach it. Okay? And we're going to go ahead and hit escape and get out.
Escape.
Okay.
Document 1 dash word. Edit.
That is basic arithmetic. Very easy. That's lower classes. Let's go ahead and go higher now.
Algebra.
Algebra.
Math content 2x plus 5 equals 17. Right arrow 2x equals 2. Right arrow x equals 6.
Okay, so right off the bat, now I'm going to kind of go in between LaTeX to show you that, just in case you want to learn the LaTeX on this. So I'm going to Control Shift equals.
Control Shift equals. Selected 2x plus backslash comma 5 equals 17 backslash ri period GHT a period RROW 2x equals 2 backslash ri period GHT a period RROW comma x equals 6. Math content.
Okay, so if you're an auditory listener, you probably listened that it spelled out right arrow, backslash right arrow. That is the LaTeX for that. And once again, so let's say you're actually forget what is the right arrow, I just don't know. You're going to hit enter and you're going to make the correction. So I think I might do that as I go into my Braille Math Editor. I want to change that back, so I'm going to Control equals back to professional mode, which is how you want to hand it in.
Control equals.
And beautiful. So basically I did the 2x plus 5 equals 17, 2x equals 2, 2x equals 6. And then I'm going to show you how to do buffer mode, which is typically how we do algebra, but I'm just showing you several different systems here. I'm going to hit my end.
End equation.
And I'm going to hit enter.
Enter.
Okay, and so now I'm going to go ahead and do the Braille Math Editor, and I'm going to do this option.
Braille Math Editor equation edit. Type in the math expression. Present dots 3 4 dots 1 space dot 5 dots 2 5 space dots 3 dots 1 space dot 5 dots 2 space dots 3 dot 1 dots 1 space. Okay, so we're going to pretend, oh gosh, I really did forget how to do that arrow. Right off the bat, I put my fingers on my Braille display. I already see a wonderful goof. We're going to get to fix that in just a moment. So I'm just going to braille out right arrow so I remember that's where I want to put it. Dots 1, dots 2, dots 1, dots 1, 2, dots 2, 3, 4, dot 1, dots 1, 2, dots 1, dots 1, dots 2, 4, 5, space.
And do a space, and I'm going to do a number.
Dots 3, dots 1, dots 1, for space. Dot 5, dots 2, space. Dots 3, dots 1, space.
If I don't remember it at first, then I'm not going to remember it again, so I'm just going to braille out right arrow.
Dots 1, dots 2, dots 1, 2, 4, 5, dots 1, 2, 5, dots 2, dot 1, dots 1, dots 1, dots 1, 3, dots 2, 4, space. Dots 5, 6. Dots 1, 3, 4, 6.
Make that a goof. That would be a good goof. Just make sure you do a letter sign X. If you don't, Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that goof.
Dots 1 through dots 5 6.
Let's just put an
Dots
X
1 3
there.
space. Dot 5 dots 2 space. Dots 3 dots 1 2 4.
And then I'm going to show you how to make corrections in a different way. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and correct that silly it sign. So I'm going to hit my
Home.
home. And it will be it, of course, if you don't have, the letter sign on there. But
Dots 1 3
right
4 6.
arrow, and I'm going to go ahead and put my
Dots
2
3
there.
dots 1 2.
Whoops. Don't want two
Dots
letter
1 2.
signs.
Dots 3 4 dots 1 2.
There we go. Easy. So easy to make these corrections. So right off the bat, I'm feeling along and it's like, oh, I've got a times, I've got a dot in there. Okay, I think I remember it because of course I did a whole bunch of
Braille
those.
dot 5 dots 2 5 6.
And I'm going
Dots
to do
3 4.
that
Braille
and
space.
erase that. So it's just, and of course it's easy to replicate your mistakes. And then you go, oh my gosh, I don't want a dot there. That's supposed to be a plus. Oh my gosh, that's just so silly. So go ahead and
Dots 3
backspace on
4.
that, and then go ahead and give me a plus.
Dots 2 3 5.
Okay, now I'm going to do the rest of the corrections in the Word Math Editor. Okay, so you kind of read along, you go, okay, I've got that. I'm going to hit enter.
Document 1 dash Word. Document 1.
Here we
Document
go.
1 dash Word. Edit.
I'm going to hush them up. Control Shift equals.
Control Shift equals.
Here we go. Now let's have some fun.
Selected. 2x plus 5 equals home. 2 math
Um,
x plus 5 equals 1 7 r.
do a
Space.
space. Do a
Backslash.
backslash.
I
Going.
G H T A R R O W 2 space
Space. Keep going.
x equals 2 r.
Okay, right there.
Romeo space
Space.
backslash
Backslash. Keep going.
I G H T A R R O W I.
Now, as you
India
recall, I did not use the letter sign in there, so I'm going to do two different types of corrections. I'm going to hit a
space
space. That word is going to come out it, and then I'm going to go into the Braille Math Editor to show you how you can correct it there instead of just, because I could just type an X and it would come out flawless here. And my guess is that's probably the route you're going to go if you do it this way. Let's go ahead and control equals.
Control equals selected. 2x plus 5 equals 17 comma goes to 2x equals 2 comma goes to I period t equals 6.
Lovely. But then you hear, oh, there really is it. That was supposed to be X. Yep, like I said, you could have just typed it and you'd be done. But let's go into the Braille Math Editor again.
Braille Math Editor equation edit contains text. Type in the math express
And I'm going
end.
to hit end. And I'm going to go ahead and find that.
Braille space.
I'm going to backspace this time.
Dots 2 3 dots 2 4.
I'm going to go ahead and do letter
Dots 5 6
sign
dots
X.
1 3 4 6.
I'm going to double check that on my Braille display to make sure that is correct. I'm going to hit
enter. Document 1 dash Word. Edit. Pasted.
La-da! And it is gorgeous. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to do buffer mode. So as you become more advanced, like Algebra 2, etc., and once again, it's totally up to the teacher how they'll allow you to do that. But let's go into buffer mode now so you can read 2 lines of Braille math on your Braille display.
Blank. Buffer mode.
I will tell you right off the bat, if you're really going to go into the STEM field, I highly suggest an 80 cell Braille display. Mine is 40.
Math content 2x plus 5 equals 17.
Okay, I'm just going to have you listen to all of this. All you visual people, I want you to take a look at the top left-hand corner. I do have the Braille viewer on so you can actually follow me. I'm going to have you listen to this, and then I'm going to hit enter, and then I'm going to do out all this in buffer mode.
Math content 2x equals 2. Math content x equals 6.
Okay, so we know that's typically the way teachers want you to solve math. Okay, here we go. Enter.
Enter.
Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is insert Alt and then V.
Upper ribbon V.
Whoops.
Escape. Leaving menus. Leaving ribbons. Edit.
That.
Select Braille view dialog. List 1 list view. No split. 1 of 8. To move.
Okay, so after you're done with buffer mode, after you're done with your algebra and you're moving on to other math, you do want to go back to no split. I'm going to go down to
buffered text 2 of 8.
Okay. I do want you to note that if you want to change the way your math is displayed, you can do Alt S to swap split. Always remember you can tab to all your other options. Do down and up arrow to listen to all your options. Of course, this gives you a lot more options. I'm going to hit enter on that.
Enter. Edit.
Okay. So now visually up in the top left-hand corner, you can see 2 huge lines. I kind of think of it as like the equals. It's not. It's just a split. I'm going to go ahead and do out my math in my Braille Math Editor. Here we go. I'm going to open it up.
Braille Math Editor. Equation edit. Type of dots 3 4 5 dots 1 dots 1 space dot 5 dots 2 3 space dots 3 4 5 dots 1 5 space
And our
dot
equals.
5 dots 2 3 space dots dot 1 dots 1
Okay.
2 4 5.
Once again, double check that. I'm really good at reversing my plus. It's kind of like that little dyslexic thing in my body that I have to deal with. No big deal because, of course, it's so easy to correct. But I do double check that to make sure it's right. I'm going to hit enter and insert that.
Document 1 dash word. Document 1. Document 1 dash word.
So instantaneously, you can see that it is on the left-hand side. It's all happy scappy. I'm going to hit my
End equation.
and I'm going to rebuffer so you actually are going to see it on both sides because that's the only thing it's seeing right now. And then when I hit enter, and then I can start solving it again. I'm going to rebuffer by hitting my left shift and 2-3 together twice quickly. Okay, and now visually you can see it both on the left and the right hand side. I'm going to hit enter and I'm going to start solving. Okay, back to my Braille Math Editor. You can do this with all equals also. Everything I'm doing on the Braille Math Editor, you can do in the Word Math Editor. Here we go.
Braille Math Editor. Equation edit. Type in of dots 3 dots 1 dots 1 3 space dot 5 dots 2 space dots 3 dots 1 2.
Okay, and what's so nice about this is I can feel the left-hand side, double check my math, and then of course Braille it out. And now I'm going to hit enter.
Document 1 dash word. Document 1. Document
Okay,
1 dash word. Print edit.
And you can clearly see it on both sides. I'm going to hit
end equation.
I'm going to rebuffer quickly because now I want to solve it. I want to continue to see that 2x equals 2 after I hit enter.
Enter.
Here we go. Braille Math Editor.
Braille Math Editor. Equation edit. Type dots 5 dots 1 space dot 5 dots space dots 3 dots 1 2 4.
Okay. Double check your answer. Double check to make sure you really got that 5 6. Once again, no big deal. If you goof, it'll just turn into it, and you can make an easy correction. Hit enter.
Document 1 dash word. Document 1. Document 1.
Okay, I am going to tell you very quickly here that based on the updates of your computers, you can hit enter on the Braille Math Editor and see nothing. Just Control V to paste, and it will paste in there. You make sure your Word is updated, of course, and make sure your computer is updated, and that should fix it. And of course, your JAWS or your whatever screen reader you're using. Okay, this is just fun. Let's keep going.
End equation.
So that is buffer mode, and I'm actually going to turn it off now.
Blank.
And we'll just go back to regular because we're going to move away from algebra. So insert Alt and V.
Select Braille View dialog. No split. 1 of 8.
No split. And
enter. Edit.
And now the split has gone, and we're back to a regular 40-cell Braille display. Continue to down arrow.
Geometry colon.
Okay, I'm going to down arrow a whole bunch of times and then go back up to geometry so all you visual people can see everything that I'm doing. Okay, and back up.
Problem geometry colon.
Okay, now we're going to get into a little geometry. So I've just kind of done a series of all the different levels of math. Here we go. Let's read our problem. I'm going to control down arrow so you can read the whole problem instead, because you don't know how long it is. It might wrap around to the next line. Control down arrow will always read the whole thing. Control down arrow.
Problem colon. What is the area of a triangle with a base of 10 units and a height of 5 units?
Okay, control down arrow.
How to easily make corrections in math.
Okay, so once again, I'm going to continue with how easily to make corrections in math. I'm going to make some mistakes. So, of course, you can easily make corrections.
Math content open 1/2 times base times height equals 1/2 times 10 times 5 equals 25 squared close.
Okay, just in case you want to do the LaTeX every single time, this will work. Control Shift equals.
Control Shift equals selected / left open.
I'm not going to read it because it is very, very extensive. LaTeX is. It's lots of backslashes because you're giving commands, and of course you have your little braces to tell what numbers you want, etc. So, and all of this will be uploaded to yourtechvision.com. This whole assignment in here, so you can move through it step by step. But most of the schools, this is advanced. We're getting more advanced now, geometry, trigonometry, and calculus. There are a lot of teachers out there who are teaching this, and they're teaching our students, which is also really, really great. But you may just want to go ahead and braille that out. So I'm going to go ahead and control equals back.
Control equals selected open parent 1/2 times base times height equals.
And I'm going to hush them up because you've already heard that. Okay, let's go down arrow.
Math content 1 divided by 2 times base times height equals 1 divided by 2 times 10 times 5 equals 25 squared.
Okay, So we're going to make the change from the bullet multiplication into the multiplication symbol. So let's go ahead and open our Braille Math Editor.
Braille Math Editor. Equation edit contains text.
Hit
Type
my
in the math
End
expression.
key. And then I'm going to go ahead and just left arrow to that bullet and make that correction. Actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and route my cursor to it. Okay. And let's go ahead and hit our delete key.
Dots 3, 4, 5, 6. Dots 2, 3, 6.
And let's go ahead and put the multiplication symbol in. You can see how easy that is. And of course, routing cursor is so much faster. And hit enter on that.
Document 1 dash word.
And it
Document 1. Document 1.
instantaneously changes that. Okay, let's go down
Math
arrow.
content blank. Trigonometry with alt equals.
Okay, so now we're just basically going to switch to our alt equals, okay?
Problem : find math content sine theta if theta equals 30 degrees.
So let's go ahead and braille that out. And I think I'm going to just
End.
and then I'm going to
Enter.
enter, and I'm going to go ahead and do alt equals.
Alt equals selected. Math content.
Okay, so
I N sin back T A
theta
F if back T A theta equals space 3 0.
Now, once again, insert number 4.
Select a symbol to print D dagger left D degrees 23. Enter.
Okay.
Edit.
That's not quite sure what that is. Okay, let's go ahead and control equals to change it to professional mode.
Control equals selected SI period N comma theta I period F comma theta equal.
Now, I'm going to show you a really easy way to correct that. I'm going to open my Braille Math Editor now. We need a space between the theta and the if. So here we go. Let's open that quickly.
Braille Math Editor. Equation edit contains text. Type in the math dots Braille dots 1 4 dots 2 4
and space. And once again, you want to learn the Braille on this. Maybe you don't want to do alt equals. So you can go ahead and learn this. Oh, it's 4 6. Okay, 1 4 5 6. Easy. Got it. Got it. So learn both. That's what we're all talking about. So we have lots and lots of options here. Hit enter.
Enter.
Insert up arrow if it forgets to read.
Math content solution : sin 30 degrees equals 1 divided by 2.
Okay, and let's go ahead and down.
Blank.
And
enter. Blank.
Space there. Alt equals.
Alt equals selected. Math I. And sin 3 0.
I am going to use insert number 4.
Select a symbol to D degrees. Enter.
Enter.
Edit. Space equals space 1 slash 2
half. Okay. And let's go ahead and go to our next.
Enter. Blank. Blank. Calculus with alt equals blank.
Let's get rid of some of the blank mark spaces there.
Problem : find the derivative of math content fx equals 3x squared plus 2x plus 1.
Lovely. I'm just going to hit my end, and actually, let me go ahead and move this down a little bit for you.
Problem : find the derivative of math.
Okay, I'm going to hit my end.
End equation space.
I'm going to hit end. You really have to hear end equation to make sure you're out of that math equation.
Sierra.
I heard S.
Space.
Okay, so now I'm going to do alt equals.
Alt equals.
And of course, it's stuck.
End.
Okay, let's
space.
Now alt equals.
Alt equals. Alt equals selected. Math content.
Here we go.
F. Left parent. X. Right pair equals 3. X.
Okay, you want to do a shift 6.
3x caret 2 plus space 2x.
You're probably getting the idea how much slower the keyboard is. It really is.
2x plus.
That's what I'm on right now. Okay, so once you get that done, go ahead and hit enter.
Enter.
And it automatically changes to professional.
Problem : find the derivative of math content fx equals 3x squared. End equation.
So once again, you want to open your Braille Math Editor.
One math content
X. And you want to learn the Braille of that, so you can, of course,
Braille Math Editor. Equation edit contains text. Dot 5 dots 1 2 6.
Okay, and so that, of course, is how you're going to be teaching yourself the UEB code. This is the same for any code, but just move along and you'll just learn it slowly but surely. And then, of course, you can Braille it out much faster. Hit escape. But you have options there.
Blank. Document 1. Solution : math content fx equals fraction. Solution : math content fx equals fraction d over dx and fraction times open 3x squared plus 2x plus 1 close equals 6x plus 2.
Yep, let's go ahead and hit
end. Blank.
And we already know I need to get out of there by end, and
space,
several spaces. Okay, let's do Alt equals and then type that.
Alt equals selected. Math cont F. Left parent. X. Right space. Equals. Space.
Now,
D.
I will tell you,
Slash. D. X.
you must hit space bar
DX.
after that. Otherwise, it will join it with the next. But the way I solve that
Left parent.
is it's in parentheses, of
3.
course,
X.
to the power
3x
of
caret 2
2.
plus 2x 2x1 right parent equals 6x 6 2.
Okay, and
Enter.
now, what many of you are probably going to ask me is why did some of them change to flawless, perfect, perfectional with it spatially correct? The issue is it's like, okay, the computer's getting tired because it didn't start happening until geometry when the 1/2 is on straight on the line instead of 1/2. That has to do with my video editor. And unfortunately, it kind of conflicts. It's like, okay, I'm really tired. I can't record anymore. I'm just going to give you all straight linear. But just know you can restart your screen reader. I'm using JAWS right now. And sometimes it will take a restart of your computer. But if you're not recording your math, you should be good to go. It's not going to be an issue. But just be aware that if you're recording and you're trying to do math, you might just get all linear math. But some of it came out flawlessly spatial, and of course, the last part, it just came out linear. Anyway, so you've got your Alt-J-E, and you have all your different options under your Alt-J-E. Just remember that. So this is how you teach and learn UEB math. Very, very easy. You can type it out as I've showed you. And of course, the Braille Math Editor is really the way to go in order to learn all your math. And remember, you can use that even when you're
Solution
using
colon U
the Alt
N
equals. Let's
colon
just
equation
quickly go
comma
in there.
X
And I'm going
equals
to open the Braille Math Editor for your very advanced formulas. And there you are.
Braille Math Editor
Okay.
equation edit.
So let's go ahead and move on to the next lesson. And that was a lot of fun. Okay. See you in the next lesson.
Alt Q U of star enter.